What's up, Ranger Nation? Long time no see, huh? It's been about a week since I've done my last video. Sorry that it's taking me so long. I was gonna do some stuff last week, but as you guys know, I've been saying it for a while that this past Tuesday was my 30th birthday. So I knew that I was probably gonna take off for the weekend and just, relax, chill, have a good time with myself, and I did that. So I am back. And also, so this video that we're doing right here, this is going to be about everything that we learned today from San Diego Comic-Con with Hasbro. And then we're going to do the Morphinomial Ranger Talk News. And in that, I'm going to be including, and that one is including Ryu Soldier. Because I have not done Ryu Soldier in 3 weeks. I have watched episode 15 of Ryu Soldier. So now I'm on episode number 16, which I'm almost finished with that. And then I just got to do number 17. And once I watch number 17, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to include it. For the time being, it's going to be included in the Morphinomial Ranger Talk News of the week. It's going to be included in that because right now, I just haven't really. It's not the show. It's not the show that I. It's not. That's not why I haven't done it. It's been because of me. I've been in a rut for the last few weeks, especially when it comes to Monday nights. I've been just in a rut. So I just did my one show on Monday night, Love and Hip Hop. And, I've just been doing that. And also, you guys, to everybody who subscribes to me, and just, this is just me asking, please, even if you don't watch the show, the other shows that I review, if you would just take the time when the video posts, if you could just, play the video. You can mute it, I don't care. Just let it run through so that way I get the watch time. But with that out of the way, we're just going to go into what we got from today actually it was yesterday because, I don't know, it's still, when this video comes up, it'll be Friday. So we're just going to go over everything that we learned from Hasbro. So stick around. All right, so the first thing, they were talking about with Beast Morphers. Now, I was watching a live stream, and with the live stream, unfortunately, it was really kind of hard to hear the audio because it sounded like the mics were kind of muffled. But what I could gather from it, it's time to cut trim my beard up and mustache because it's starting to get in my mouth just a little bit. So if you keep seeing me do this, I'm moving the hair out of my mouth. But where was I at? So yeah, they were talking about with the fight scenes in Beast Morphers. We all noticed that we saw a lot more civilian scenes, and that's what they want to do. And I'm really, truly, 100% enjoying Beast Morphers. I'm ready for Beast Morphers to come back for the second half. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes, and I'm not gonna talk about Beast Morphers just yet. I'm gonna talk about the stuff that we saw. So the first thing we learned about the Wave 2 of the Lightning Collection. So with the Lightning Collection, we already knew about some of the figures that we would get in the Lightning Collection, but we learned about another addition to the Lightning Collection. So what we do know about the Lightning Collection, we are getting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink Ranger. Now, it had been some, people had been wondering, would it be Kimberly and Catherine? Well, we know officially that it's Kimberly, not Catherine. Which I'm happy with that, because when you think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Pink Ranger, you think it's synonymous to Kimberly. Like, when you think of Mighty Morphin Pink, you're automatically thinking about Kimberly, even though Catherine came in later in the season. Now, when you think about Zero Ranger 1 Pink, then you think about Catherine. Now, when it comes down to Turbo Pink, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I know Catherine started out as the Pink Ranger, but when it comes to the Turbo Pink Ranger, I always think of Cassie. So we also got the Magna Defender, and with the Magna Defender, he doesn't come with the head. So it's just gonna be the first half Magna Defender, and no mention of Mike. Now with the Magna Defender, he will come with the saber and the blaster, and it'll have a cape on it. We also know that we got Devin and we have Nate from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. And all of these will retail at about $19.99. And then we also learned that a part of the collection will get the Green Ranger. So I'm assuming this is the evil Green Ranger because with the figure that I saw, it had the sort of darkness that Tommy had when he was under Rita's control. And then it comes bundled with a Putty Patroller. And it's not one of Lord Zed's Putty Patrollers. It's actually one of Rita's Putty Patrollers. And so that one I see that it retails at about $39.99, which I'm like, okay. So with the Lightning Collection, I still have to get. I still want Lord Zed. I know it's gonna probably be hard for me to find it. I'm probably gonna have to buy the bundle with all of them, with Doggy, Tommy, Tyler, and Lord Zed. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna have to buy that bundle. But I know for a fact that I do want the Green Ranger, and I do want Kimberly. God, this piece of hair is just bothering the hell out of me. Like every time I move, it just goes in my mouth. And now with Kimberly, see, there it goes again. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to keep doing this. But with Kimberly, I love that it has the power bow and it has the agility to move. I definitely got to get that. So we're going to move on. All right, so next, we did see that they revealed the helmets for the Omega Rangers. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't really been keeping up with, like, I know the Omega Rangers are part of the comics, and I haven't been keeping up with it a lot lately. But if I'm not mistaken, the Omega Rangers are Jason, Zach, and Trini. And they are the Omega Rangers. So I think what the story arc is back in season 2 of Mighty Morphin when they, when they went to the World Peace Conference. Technically, I guess they didn't go to the World Peace Conference, so they became the Omega Rangers. And then also we learned that Hasbro has the new Beast Morphers Ultrazord playset, and it is coming exclusively to Amazon. Now with this one, they don't have a price for it, and I didn't even see it listed yet. But once I find out more information about that, I will definitely come back on the channel and give you guys more information as it goes. I know that they had like little figures of the Rangers to the side. And one of these days, I'm gonna go in my closet because it's like a small little figure that's on like a plate like thing, and it looks like a skateboard almost like thing. I have one of Alpha, and I have one of, what is the Black Ranger's name from what was the Black Alien Ranger's name? It's Sestro, Oracle, Titus, Delphine. I'm missing one of them. I'm missing one. And I think it might be the Black Ranger that I'm missing. I have to look at that, and I have to figure that one out. But I know that the plate the thing that it'll stand on, it'll stand at I think 10 inches tall. I think, not sure if I'm right about that, but yeah. We'll dig, like I said, once I find out more information about that, I'll definitely 100% come back and talk about it. So we're gonna move on from this scene. All right, so next they also discussed about the Psycho Rangers. So you guys know that with the Psycho Rangers, I don't know if it's coming, when it's coming out. Like I said, I haven't really been keeping up with the comics a lot. But I know a lot of people tell me that I should get into the comics. But we know that the comic is coming out about the Psycho Rangers. So the one about the Psycho Rangers, what's going to happen with that one is it'll focus on their human side, which in Power Rangers in Space, we only got that one episode where they went into human form, and that's because they were hiding trying to find the Rangers. So this will just focus more on their human side. But their human side, human side for the Psycho Rangers. What more can you I mean, they were horrendous creatures. Like, what more can we elaborate on? I mean, I would look. I'm now with that one. I'm definitely 100% interested in seeing it, and I'm also interested in seeing the other team up. And I'm gonna talk about that in the other video. So this video is just geared directly to everything we learned from Hasbro. And then lastly, so they showed us some Beast Morpher stuff. We don't know when the show is coming back, however, but they did show us, what's coming later this season and next season. And they never once mentioned it as Beast Super Morphers or Super Beast Morphers, so we can assume that Beast Morphers is just going to be season 2. Thank God. Because I'm so over Super. So if we don't have a super, I'm praying that, you know, we all know that we have 1 year left in this contract with Nickelodeon. So I'm hoping now that, you know, I'm hoping now we're in negotiations with Nickelodeon to possibly, you know, elongate the season, get rid of super, you know, just make it better than what it, you know, because Beast Morphers to me is doing so good, and I want us to stay on this high momentum. Even, you know, once Beast Morphers ends, I want us to continue this high momentum with the next iteration that we get. And I hope, you know, like I said, it's only once in 1 year, but I hope that, you know, Hasbro can negotiate with them. You know, once again, like I said, get rid of, you know, the super part. We can also, like, really, we can also be done with the we can be done with the Christmas episode and the Halloween episode. Like, those episodes, I mean, I get that this is geared toward kids, but even kids will get sick of seeing a Halloween episode and a Christmas episode every freaking year. What more can you do? So I hope they just renegotiate the contract. Please, Hasbro, do that for the fans, and we will forever love you. Well, I know I will. I don't know about y'all, but I know I will. So the last thing, like I said, they showed us, you know, what's coming up this season and what's coming up next season on Beast Morphers. So we will get the Ultra Zord. We'll get the Red Fury mode, and then we got the teaser of the team up episode. Now, you guys, with the team up episode, I'm so excited about it. So in the stills that they showed in the preview that they showed, we saw what Rangers did we see? We saw Mighty Morphin Pink. We saw Mighty Morphin Blue. We saw Dino Charge Gold, Black, and I think Blue. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. But I think we saw those. Cause we didn't see we did see Jason at the end of it, and you know, he was talking to Devin. So you guys, man, I am so ready. You know, I'm ready, but I'm not ready at the same time, because that means that we are coming to the end of, you know, that means we'll be getting ready to come to the end of Beast Morphers, but I'm so super excited about it. I'm ready for the rest of this season to play out. I'm ready for next season. Again, like I said, I know it's going to come to an end, but it'll be bittersweet, and I'm so excited about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the stuff that we kind of learned. I'm going to go and look at my phone and see it, because I know I saw yesterday that the guy that runs Power Rangers now on Twitter, he asked, you know, he was asking questions, and I know once the panel concluded, once the live stream concluded, they were asking the panel some questions. They said that they asked some questions about what they do, some Lightning Collection Morphers, Megazords, and stuff like that. They didn't really say yes, and they didn't say no, so I'm not sure where they are in the aspect of Morphers and Zords, but I hope that we eventually get them. Oh, I left out one thing. I don't know how to look that out. So they did show us also that part of, you know, what we're doing now, they're going to add a helmet to it, the White Ranger's helmet, which I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't have a price for it. I know that they said they have information on Hasbro Pulse about it, so you guys can go check that out. Am I interested in the White Ranger's helmet? Not necessarily. I think I would like it as like a prop, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start rearranging. I'm gonna buy a bookcase, so that way when it comes to Power Rangers filming, I can have my Power Ranger stuff behind me. Some of my Power Ranger stuff that's not broken, because some of my stuff is broken, unfortunately. Some of my stuff is 20 years old, so I mean, wear and tear. But if there's any more information, I will come back on. Well, give me just yeah. If there's any more information, I'll just come back on camera and we'll talk about it. All right, you guys. So before I go, I'm going to read these questions that and his name is Michael Louie, who is behind the Power Rangers Now website, Twitter page. So, you know, he, like I said, he posed a question, you know, asked his followers, to give him some questions to ask Hasbro. So I'm gonna read some. I'm probably gonna read all of them. So the first one says, I guess it said it was about the Magnet Defender. So he said Hasbro says the Magna Defender Lightning Collection does not have a human head because they wanted to start with the origin story version of Magna Defender before Mike took over. And then this next one says Hasbro does not want to put two human heads in one Lightning Collection, example, Catherine and Kimberly, together. So they can celebrate each character one at a time. To get a second head, such as Catherine, fans may not necessarily have to buy the same figure down the line. Hasbro knows fans don't want to pay another $20 for the same figure, but with a different human head. So they are looking into other ways to achieve this. Okay, so Hasbro is looking into how they can fix the Lightning Collection figure helmets for those that feel the. Also, okay. It's so I'm because I can't really understand the way he wrote this question. The answer, it doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna read it the way that to make it make sense. So Hasbro is looking into how they can fix the Lightning Collection figure helmets for those that feel that they are off. So I guess if a fan feels like the helmet, the face doesn't match the actual actor's face, they're gonna fix it. So, is the goal for the Lightning Collection to do every Ranger ever? That would be awesome, but there are 26 years, so right now we're really just focusing on the ones fans tell us are their favorites. What would Hasbro say to a fan who isn't buying Lightning Collection figures because they want complete sets? We can't satisfy every fan, but we are constantly listening to what they want and trying to satisfy them all. Stay tuned. Why is the Lightning Collection so gender lopsided so far? Hasbro says they are looking at more than gender. They're looking at types of characters, their origin stories, good guys versus bad guys. Hasbro admits they are looking at Bandai's previous shortcomings as a reference. Hopefully, they finish the Psycho Rangers because I want Psycho Pink. Okay, Hasbro also says that although they haven't done many female figures yet, it's because they're doing them right. Citing the new Kimberly figure's upper body articulation. When asked if Scrozzle will get Power Rangers Beast Morphers figure, Hasbro said they are limited in how many characters they can do. That's understandable. Okay, the villain Power Rangers Beast Morphers figures have more limited leg mobility because Hasbro feels the Rangers are the ones that are in all the action. They're the ones you pose more. That is true. Because, well, I don't know. Because Blazing Rocks move around. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so the only way fans can buy all 5 Power Rangers Beast Morphers Resorts together is in today's newly announced Amazon exclusive. The Striker Morpher toy fans have seen so far. Beast Morpher, is it? I don't understand that. There is no other version coming. Now, here's another one. The Beast Morphers Grid Battle Force backpack seen at Toy Fair releases this fall exclusively to GameStop. I'm excited about that because I really want that backpack. I have been wondering about that backpack for the longest time. Now, here is the best answer, the question that all of us wanted to know. Fans should not expect the word super to appear in Beast Morphers' second season 2020 title. Thank you, God, for that one. Thank God for that. Can we say hallelujah, praise the Lord, amen. I'm so glad hopefully we never have to see super at all, ever. So in regards to international spoilers, Hasbro says there's only so much they can do, and okay, I get that. So I'm gonna read because I had to read this so what they're asking about the international spoilers. So there's only so much that they can do, which I understand that. That's why I said they need to renegotiate with Nickelodeon. But they say there's only so much that they can do, but they are happy that Power Rangers is an international brand, which that's fine. But it would make more sense for it to start, if it starts in the U.S., it should end in the U.S. Well, technically it does end in the U.S., but we get it before anybody else, which is BS to me. Okay, so it says even though Power Rangers Beast Morphers has the lowest ratings yet for the franchise, Hasbro says they are happy with them, which they should be. Okay, so here's what people, and this is one thing I've been seeing a lot, is the fact that Hasbro changed the Rhino Beetle to a Mantis, and they did this because they thought it would be more kid friendly, which I know a lot of us are adult, older, and we know that from Gold Busters that it was a stag beetle, and they're trying to please kids. They're not. I mean, they are trying to cater to their adult fans who grew up with the show, but they still have to maintain that younger market that they're technically marketing to. Now they said that the reason that they left the Beast Morphers cast out of the San Diego Comic Con is because they wanted to focus on the toys. Is Hyperforce Season 2 happening? No comment. I couldn't care less. Sorry guys, I know a lot of people love Hyperforce, but I'm sorry, but I just could not care less. No offense. Okay. So someone asked if Power Rangers is where it needs to be with the mainstream right now. Hasbro said they are working on it. They are trying to bridge the gap between kids and older fans so they can be relevant to both audiences. Hasbro really wants to change the perception that so many people have of Power Rangers as an older 90s brand. And then Hasbro admits they have some work to do with fixing the brand's reputation and mainstream stigma. How does Hasbro plan to make Power Rangers more mainstream? I think we can just focus on our content. Content is key. Content is key. They also want to take more advantage of all their platforms, their YouTube channel, Netflix, and Hasbro Pulse, as all mentioned. Netflix. Okay. So why does Hasbro think the last Power Rangers movie underperformed? They said we just want to focus on our next movie and what's coming up, which we don't. I would love to know what they're gonna do with their movie. I'm ready for their movie. So does Hasbro think space or dinosaurs would be better for a Power Rangers season moving forward? They say both are awesome. Okay, so Hasbro did not sound like animated Power Rangers would be coming anytime soon, but admitted that all options are on the table with the right timing. So for the foreseeable future, we're gonna still be live action. Hasbro hasn't given any thought to anything Kamen Rider. I guess somebody asked them would they do Kamen Rider. With Kamen Rider, I think it's time that in the U.S. we need to let Kamen Rider die, because that would be the third adaptation of Kamen Rider. If they tried to do Kamen Rider, that would be the third adaptation. And the first one, Masked Rider, which as a kid, I loved Masked Rider. I absolutely love that show, but it just didn't do too well. But let's talk about that real quick. Like shows of the '90s, Masked Rider, Young Hercules, Masked Rider, Young Hercules, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers. What else is there? The Mystic Knights of Tirnanog. The list can go on. Now we do know why, like shows like Beetleborgs and VR Troopers, we do know why those shows did not come back at all for a season, for more than one season. Actually, VR Troopers was 2 seasons, and Beetleborgs was 2 seasons as well. You had Big Bad Beetleborgs and you had the Beetleborgs Metallics. Those were 2 seasons long. But we know why those, especially if you guys, and if my young kids who watch me as well, research, like go look at YouTube. Not YouTube, but go look at Netflix. On Netflix, you got VR Troopers and you got the Big Bad Beetleborgs. The reason why, and if you look at season 2 of VR Troopers, you can clearly tell why VR Troopers did not last as long as it did. Because they kept reusing, they ran out of stock footage, and they kept reusing scenes over and over. Like when there were a lot of scenes before they got the new Grim Lord, that a lot of those scenes were the same scenes. Like because there when he blew up his when Grimlord blew up his dungeon, you know, he was touching the keypad over here on the side of him, which they had already used that in an episode previously. Which with VR Troopers, it took me years to figure that show out. It took because as a kid, I never understood why Ryan Steele and Caitlin and JB never fought in the same scene with each other. Then as I got older, I'm like, okay. I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, well, those suits don't look exactly the same. Then once I started learning about Sentai and all that, I'm like, oh, okay, because I think it was like when I was a teenager that I did some research on VR Troopers, and I'm like, oh, these are two separate seasons. Well, actually, four separate seasons, because you know, the first half, JB and Caitlin kept their powers, but then Ryan had his own separate powers from another show, and then in the second season, Caitlin and JB kept their powers, and Ryan got new powers, which is from another version of that show. So that's why VR Troopers didn't last, and it's the same thing with Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs Metallics ran out of stock footage, so you know that's why those two didn't work out. Mystic Knights of Tyrannode, they actually were given a season two, but I actually forget what happened with season two. Now I do know that the budget for season two was put into season two of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. I'm so happy for that. I mean, as much as I love the Mystic Knights, I love Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, favorite season of all time. So you know, so if they, I don't know if I would want them to go back into Kamen Rider. Now the last version of Kamen Rider that we got in the US, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, I didn't come into that until the tail end of the season, but I loved it with Kit. I absolutely enjoyed it. But I don't think we should do a Kamen Rider. I really don't. I think Kamen Rider should stay exclusive to Japan, unfortunately, because it just doesn't do well in the States. So Hasbro hasn't given any thought to crossing over Power Rangers with some of their other brands, i.e. Transformers. Right now, they're just focusing on establishing this brand, which I understand that. You know, they just acquired the rights less than a year ago. Not less than, but they acquired the rights a year ago. So it's going to take some time for them to build up the brand. So I understand that. And then they had no comment on Lightning Collection Megazords or the Morphers or the movie reboot. So we don't know anything about the movie yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll be hearing something soonish. So you guys, that was pretty much all we got from Hasbro with the San Diego Comic-Con. Be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. So I'm going to finish Ryu Soldier, and then I'm gonna put up the other. I'm gonna record the other more phenomenal Ranger Talk news, and then I'm gonna put it up, and then also I'm gonna do a special video because since I didn't do anything last week, like I said, there's gonna be three videos for you guys this week. So the other one, I'm going to rank the Power Rangers theme songs in order of which ones I like to at least, like I've been doing, top, bottom, but it's gonna go bottom, top. So until the next videos, see you later, Ranger Nation.